Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and we're bringing the end of the year to a close in the City of Lights that is Lumio City, as the electric type glitches are hosting the Levere Candy Hearts, and this match is pretty much for pride for the fairy types as they are out of contention for the Victory Road series, whereas for the Lumio's glitches it is all about the setup. So let us know in the comments below who you think will win. Will it be the electric types? Will it be the fairy types? Let's go! That is right, after sadly having lost their last 4 games, the fairy types are out of contention as they start with Fluttermane and Dashbun. It will be Iron Hands and Bellybolt starting out for the Lumio's glitches, and immediately Fluttermane is going to go for the Bullet Punch onto that tasty looking Bellybolt, as it is not very effective however, and Dashbun with the Tail Slap follow-up onto Iron Hands. Iron Hands is going to tank each individual hit, but combined they will actually make for a good striking combination there. Iron Hands though looking to respond with the String Shot, and this is going to severely lower the speed of the 2 fairy types, which will be really interesting because Fluttermane has that 135 base speed if the electric types can move faster than that. But now we get the Leech Seed from Bellybolt onto that tasty looking Papa. As Dashbun has been seeded, it is going to have its health sapped by that Leech Seed, and Bellybolt will be feeling the rewards of that, having its health restored back to full strength in fact. But Fluttermane is still the quickest on the field, going with the Leaf Blade onto Iron Hands and gets that critical hit, as well as Iron Hands is going to respond with the Grassy Terrain, and this is going to restore the health of anybody who has taken damage. It will also add that boost to any grass type moves that we may see, but Bellybolt is going to look to follow it up with the Ingrain. It has got the Leech Seed, it has got the Ingrain, and the Grassy Terrain is set up. Bellybolt is going to have so much health restored if it takes any damage, as that Sucker Punch from Dashbun is unfortunately going to fail, and there is Iron Hands having a little bit of its health restored, as does Dashbun, but there is that Leech Seed that is going to take the health that was just restored by Dashbun and give it to Bellybolt, who's already at full strength. It doesn't even need it. It is just a power play, but there's the Power Whip onto Bellybolt from Fluttermane. Iron Hands is going to respond with the Worry Seed, but unfortunately that is going to fail. Bellybolt is going to have to do the heavy lifting right now, and it is going to go for the Fury Swipes onto Dashbun. Another multi-hit move taking place in this match, getting a critical hit on that second one as well, but it only gets 2 connections, and this allows Dashbun to go for the Nightshade onto Iron Hands. Always a good hit with that move, as Iron Hands is going to continue to have its health restored from that Grassy Terrain, and so does Bellybolt, who still has those roots planted deep in the ground that is going to restore some more health. And then yet again that Leech Seed is going to sap the energy from Dashbun, so this tasty looking Bellybolt is going to keep having its health restored. It will be able to take so many hits, but there's the slash onto Bellybolt that is a critical hit there from Fluttermane. Iron Hands is going to go with the Terror Blast onto Dashbun. Dashbun takes that hit well, as it is followed up by the Swallow from Bellybolt, but unfortunately it will fail. It hasn't gone for a stockpile, and this allows the Moonlight from Dashbun, and as it is basking in that Moonlight, it is going to have its health restored, and it was getting close to knockout range. As speaking of health restored, that Grassy Terrain is still in effect, but Dashbun having his health restored will not matter, because after Bellybolt has that Ingrain restore some of its health, the Leech Seed is going to take what Dashbun had restored and give it back to Bellybolt. Now the electric types are trying to set themselves up with some momentum heading into the Victory Road series, as the Bitter Blade from Fluttermane doesn't do that much damage onto Bellybolt, but this is now going to restore some health for Fluttermane. Well, it would if it wasn't already at full strength, but now we get the Baton Pass from Iron Hands. It is going to go back to the bench, and now out in its place will be Magnezone with that part Steel type, and see if it can capitalize on that over the fairy types, as the Sand Attack now from Bellybolt onto Dashbun is going to lower its accuracy. And Dashbun is going to look to respond with the Gastro Acid onto Magnezone, so it is going to suppress its ability. But as I was saying, the electric types are guaranteed a spot in the Victory Road series. They know that they will be in the Leaders 8. They will be heading into the Leaders Trials, but the moment they still do not know who they will be going up against or where they'll necessarily be placed. So we will be finding that out as this round continues, and Bellybolt continues to have that health restored, as the Charm from Magnezone, and it's putting that Charm onto Fluttermane that is going to greatly lower its attack, but it is much more of a special attacker, as it does go with the Uproar. Gets a really good hit there on Bellybolt, as it does begin to cause this uproar on the field, and Bellybolt is going to look to respond but with another Ingrain, but it will fail. Unfortunately, it can only Ingrain once. It is having enough health restored as it is, as we get the Wave Crush onto Magnezone. A good hit there from Dashbun, who does get some recoil damage, and there is that Grassy Terrain still restoring the health of everybody on the field, slowing down the field of play, in fact. But Bellibolt having its health restored in 3 different ways. It has set itself up nice and early in this matchup, as we are almost 5 minutes into this match, and there is still yet to be an elimination at this rate. We will be going into overtime, but the grassy terrain has finally disappeared from the field. Fluttermane continuing to make its uproar, but first the bullet punch onto Fluttermane from Magnezone is super effective, but Fluttermane continues to cause its uproar, going for Magnezone, not very effective, does get a good hit though, and Bellibolt looking to respond for its side with the Lumina Crash onto Dashbun, who's now in knockout range. It does have its special defense lowered a great deal as well, but it is going to look to respond with the Ice Fang going for Magnezone. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much damage, not very effective there, and there is Bellibolt having a little bit of health restored with those nutrients in the roots, and there is the Leech Seed taking some more health from Dashbun, but it is still in this match as Bellibolt does have its health restored yet again, and Fluttermane is still making this uproar over the field as Magnezone is going to go with the stored power onto Fluttermane. Fluttermane's able to tank that hit, but it continues to cause its uproar, going for Bellibolt, gets a great hit, but Bellibolt is going to respond with another charm. And it is going to go for Fluttermane, lowering its attack stat yet again as Dashbun is going to go with the Fury Cutter onto Bellibolt. Doesn't get that much damage in, and there is Bellibolt instantly having some of that health restored that it just lost. And this last Leech Seed, I believe it is the last Leech Seed for Dashbun. And it has been eliminated from this matchup, as Bellibolt continuing to have its health restored, and Fluttermane has finally calmed down, as it is now going to be joined by Gardevoir on the side of the Olivia Candy Hearts, and Gardevoir immediately with the strength onto Magnezone. Not very effective. Magnezone taking yet another move thanks to that steel typing, and it is going to respond with the mystical power onto Fluttermane and getting the elimination. Fluttermane is taken out of this match as Magnezone gets a special attack boost, and it's already got that 130 base special attack. Bellibolt is going to look to follow it up with the Water Pulse onto Gardevoir here. Gets an okay hit, as Bellibolt still having that health restored from those planted roots. It's its only source of health restoration at the moment, as out comes Blissey for the Olivia Candy Hearts, and it is the Terrestrial Pokemon for the Olivia Candy Hearts. For the last time this season, we will see it take on this Fairy typing. Let's see if Blissey can have a strong impact in this match here, as Gardevoir is going to go with the Cotton Guard. And in doing so, it is going to give itself a great defense boost as Magnezone goes with the Memento, and all of a sudden, just like that, Magnezone has taken itself out of this matchup. It is going to lower the attack stat of Blissey, but that is only base 10. It's also going to lower the special attack, but still, who cares to lower the physical attack of a Blissey, who does go for the swagger onto Bellibolt. This is going to give Bellibolt a great attack boost, but unfortunately it will also leave it confused. And Bellibolt is more of a special attacker, as it needs to shake off this confusion or it will be doing damage to itself. And we do know Iron Hands will be coming back out onto the field. But first, Bellibolt does do damage to itself, and that is always unfortunate to see a Pokemon do damage to itself in its confused state. But thankfully those nutrients do restore a little bit of its health, as out comes Iron Hands returning to the field. And immediately the Dragon Tail from Gardevoir onto Bellibolt. Critical hit, but Bellibolt holds on, and it would normally send it back to the bench, but because of those roots, it is planted, anchored deep into the ground. But the Crab Hammer follow-up onto Bellibolt from Blissey is not enough to finish the job. That lowered attack stat may have actually paid off, as Iron Hands with the defense boost and special defense boost from the Cosmic Power, but Bellibolt might actually eliminate itself after having all that health restored. It needs to shake off this confusion, and that it does, going with the X-Scissor onto Gardevoir, capitalizing on that part psychic typing, but it doesn't actually do that much damage, as Bellibolt does have a little bit of its health restored. But Gardevoir could go for the easy elimination, going with the Dragon Claw onto Iron Hands, gets an okay hit, and Blissey follows it up with the Venoshock, and Bellibolt is finally eliminated from this matchup. This levels the playing field. There are 4 Pokemon on both sides remaining, as the Soak from Iron Hands is going to change Gardevoir into a Water-type Pokemon, and that is not good when you are facing the Lumiose glitches, as Ampharos comes out onto the field, and Gardevoir is going to go with the Confusion onto Iron Hands. Super effective due to that part fighting typing that it has, and Blissey looks to follow it up with the Fake Tears onto Iron Hands, which is going to lower its special defense. Ampharos going for its first move of the matchup is going to set up the Electric Terrain, and the Lumiose glitches are going to be thriving on this terrain. Electric Current is running across the field, and it is going to activate that Cork Drive of Iron Hands that heightens its attack, that is base 140, and now it goes for the Magma Storm onto Gardevoir. Surely it should have gone for a physical move, as that was not very effective on the Water-type Gardevoir, but that Magma is going to trap it, and do continuous damage to Gardevoir, as Gardevoir does look to respond with the Curse. It is going to cut into its speed to boost its attack here. We'll see if it's still the quickest on the field, however, but it is much more of a special attacker and especially defensive as well. And we get Blissey with the Toxic onto Iron Hands. This is going to badly poison the electric fighting type. It will get worse with every turn, and Iron Hands has already taken a lot of damage in this matchup. As Ampharos with the Water Pulse onto the Water type, Gardevoir is not very effective. Yet again, Gardevoir taking little damage. Iron Hands follows it up with the Bone Rush onto Blissey. Gets that first strike, very impressive. Gets the second strike, hitting that 2 times with that Bone Rush, but there is Iron Hands feeling the effects of that poisoning for the first time in this match, and it is now in knockout range. But Gardevoir first taking damage from the Magnastorm, who's also now in knockout range. But Blissey, the quickest Pokemon on the field, with the Heal Bell, and that bell chimes, but unfortunately it fails because Gardevoir is not burned. It is just trapped in the Magnastorm, and the Sucker Punch from Ampharos is going to fail. Iron Hands looking to do its part though, is going to fly up high into the sky, and this is a risky play because with that poisoning it could be eliminated, but Gardevoir needs to go for Ampharos now, going with the mean look. But Iron Hands is able to avoid that attack because it is still up high in the sky, and it will hold on from its poisoning. It will be able to finish off the fly, but first Gardevoir is eliminated by that Magma Storm that was set up. This Water type Gardevoir is taken out of this match, and in its place now comes Carbink, as Ampharos is going to go with the Seed Flare immediately on the Part Rock type. It is super effective, massive damage on the highly defensive Carbink. Blissey though with the Soak is going to turn Ampharos into a Water type, similar to what happened to Gardevoir. Ampharos now, the Water type, is going to be on the receiving end of a Thunder Punch from Carbink. Massive damage, super effective, and Ampharos is left paralyzed. That is a great team combination there by Blissey and Carbink, but Blissey has unfortunately been eliminated by Iron Hands, connecting with that fly, getting great damage there. And Carbink is by itself for the time being, as Iron Hands is eliminated due to that poisoning, finally taking it out of this matchup. And there's now Klefki coming out as the last Pokemon for the Levia Candy Hearts. It will be Sandy Shocks coming out for the Lumiose Glitches, and Klefki immediately with the Dire Claw onto Ampharos gets a really good hit there. Sandy Shocks is going to respond though with the Roar of Time, which will not affect Carbink because it is immune to Dragon types, as are all Fairy type Pokemon. And now the Magic Powder from Carbink is going to change Ampharos now into a Psychic type. It is no longer a Water type. We have to try and keep up with that, as the Infestation onto Klefki is not very effective from this now Psychic type Ampharos. But Klefki is inflicted with this Infestation, and you hear that noise doing that damage. It is terrifying to hear as the electricity does disappear from the field, and we get our first time win as we get ever closer to that overtime. Klefki has copied the stat changes of Sandy Shocks, but none have happened yet, and Sandy Shocks is going to go with the super effective Torch Song. Klefki is able to hold on, and Sandy Shocks does get a special attack boost here. Carbink looking to respond though, goes with the Wish, and it needs that Wish to come true very quickly as we get ever closer to overtime. The Doom Desire is being set up by Ampharos, choosing Doom as its destiny, and there is Klefki feeling the effects of that Infestation, and it's actually going to eliminate the Steel Fairy type. Carbink is all by itself. This Wish may not come true, as Sandy Shocks with the Electro Ball is going to eliminate Carbink, and that will bring an end to the Levia Candy Heart season with their 5th loss in a row. A very disappointing season, as they will end up 17th, whereas the Lumiose Glitches are now in 7th place, and at this point it looks like in the first week of the Leaders Trials they will be taking on the Holon Heroes. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. And if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.